we've got a lot to get through, so open your books to Chapter 4 and let's begin. While you're gone, get yourself a pair of oven mitts because the standings are hot. You may need them. We're kicking it off on the open seas. Lower the anchor. It's time for Marauders lead reporter, Lucy Schaefer. Putnam heaves it deep, and it's going to be caught for the TV by Brooks Bauer? I couldn't even see him in that group. Halfway through, and a player that needs no introduction. Avery Wagner in the paint, and bam! No points for you. The name of the game for this matchup is experience. Both teams are very senior heavy, so the question is, who is more battle tested? Right at kickoff, the unknown was the type of game that would be played. On offensive shootout or defensive rock-off. Handoff is to Ty Woods, and he bounced outside so fast the camera lost him. He's breaking down the sideline. Let's speed that one up. This had the Shermans knocking on the door of the end zone. They put Zach Putnam in the pistol or shotgun formation and split 5 receivers out wide. It led to Putnam having 3 passing touchdowns on the night. At one point, it looked like they were lining up for a makeshift brotherly shove, but there was a false start call. That second half, though, was something to behold. What did they do to flip the switch? You know, Grayson, I'm a firm believer that when you aren't sold on your starting QB, success is hard to come by. For the Raiders, they are constantly switching between senior Mason Browning and freshman Gary Perry. I think you have to figure that out so everyone is on the same page offensively. And that leaves us with goal, our top play of season 14. Mackenzie Yang gets the pass, and Avery Wagner says no. And no means no for Wagner. She sends it over to Lincoln Jones, who finds Kendall Surrey, spin move, and in. Now that's what I call some team basketball.
TVC-Ohio reporter Shane Scalfaro joins us now with the latest.
Haley, it's time to crown a conference champion, but think back to last season. Athens won this very game to upset the Buckeyes and take second in the conference. That win led to Athens to end the regular season on a 5-game win streak, and now that streak is at 14. And if you look at the stats, it's easy to see how they got here. Athens started the 2023 campaign at 1-4, averaging 20 points per game, while allowing 25.6 points with a point differential of -28. Since then, they've doubled their points scored at over 40 a game. Defensively, they've allowed just over 11 points every week. And just look at that point differential, plus 409. The Bulldogs have been tearing it up. Boston Field, the site for this matchup. Right away, it's Athens with the ball. 4th down, quarterback Daniel Heitland looking to throw, and it's picked off. After discussion, it's called incomplete. Either way, Buckeyes ball. Fast forward to the beginning of the second quarter, same drive. Handoff is to Austin Gaudier, and he finds his hole and scores. NY strikes first. After a massive kick return by Leo Martin, Alex Pirro is set up for a diving TD. It's all tied at 7. Buckeyes back on offense. Dakota Cunningham powers in and barely breaks the plane. NY up 13-7 into halftime. Midway through the third quarter, same score, Athens ball. Daniel Heitland fakes the handoff and fires to Leo Martin, breaks a tackle and a second tackle. He's saying bye, bye, bye. He gives Athens their first lead of the night, 14-13. Let's get to the final series of the game. Buckeyes on the goal line, chance to take the game. First and goal, Gaudier is stuffed. Second and third down the same. 4th down, game on the line. Handoff to Dakota Cunningham, powers in, takes a second for the call, but he's in for the touchdown. The clock hits 0. Buckeyes players and fans storm the field. They take home the TVC-Ohio title and hand the Bulldogs their first loss on the season, winning 19-14.
Wow, what a great game. I can't believe the Bulldogs only scored 7 in the first half. What slowed them down?
Honestly, there's a couple big factors that helped keep them out of the end zone. First off, penalties. The Athens defense jumped offside 3 times in the first half, keeping NY's offense on the field. Speaking of that NY offense, they ran a lot of clock. Just look at the first quarter, they drained around 9 minutes off the clock on their opening drive. They forced the Bulldogs to try and play nearly perfect football.
Let's stay on that offensive side. I know both of these teams have all-star running backs.
That they do. Let's start with senior Bulldog Alex Pirro. You can tell the game plan was to slow him down. He ended the night with 25 carries for 94 yards and a TD. Still good, but different from his average of 113 yards per game. Now for NY junior Austin Gaudier, he was a workhorse in this one with 29 carries, 133 yards, and a touchdown. His ability to bounce it outside complements other players running between the tackles and was crucial to their win.
I want to touch on that last series for NY again. I mean, it seemed pretty crazy.
Oh, it was indeed. Both coaches called timeouts to get into the right play, and you can tell it was very close of a call. Ultimately, it got called a TD, and the rest is history. Let's look at the final standings. NY wins outright. Athens takes second. Vinton County owns third and with their win over Wellston tonight. Meigs finishes in fourth, followed by Wellston in fifth. Rounding it out is Alexander in sixth and River Valley in seventh. This game could easily be in consideration for Game of the Year, but now it's time for both of these teams to focus on playoffs.
Yeah, it's a nice thing that they both get home games round one. Thanks so much, Shane.